So now, can I offload my existential worry to like ChatGPT or like could I ask ChatGPT to please stay up late at night and worry
on your behalf
where the world is going, and then just like update me in the morning as to where we're at worry wise, and then I'll just go with that in the morning.
It would be nice if you just had a dashboard like up on the screen or something, or even on your phone or just, on the wall. And be like, just tell me how worried I should be,
You can now chat with Gemini. Maybe you can ask it to schedule a text update in the morning, like your schedule your panic text.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
There's like that nuclear clock, right?
Yeah, well, that went closer to midnight.
Sure.
Don't go the other way.
And now there's some asteroid that's like has a 1% chance of hitting the planet or something.
1% is higher than I like for that kind of thing.
Yeah, right?
1% chance of total
When's that supposed to be here?
Like 6 or 8 years, something like that.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be gone by then.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it, guys.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'd love to talk about that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it during this show.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
I got my sweet jerk off. Put some strings on.
That train is off the track.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler.
Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You are listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. Happy Groundhog's Day. This is episode 746. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. We got a lot going on this show. We're going to discuss a 2-0 week of Pacers basketball, trades around the league, and All-Star update. Joining me this show are all three of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jameson Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Shout out to Groundhog Day. Shout out to February. We're here.
Woo!
We got there. We got there, fellas. It wasn't a foregone conclusion. From Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles. It's the influencer of influencers, John Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Shout out to you guys. When crazy things happen in the NBA, it's nice to be able to rely on you guys to guide me through.
We'll do what we can. And looking good from Tacoma, Washington, out west. It's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? Get a wag of the finger for Toronto Raptors fans who also decided to engage in booing the national anthem. However, it was being sung by a 15-year-old girl. So Canada, quit booing 15-year-old girls.
Boo!
Boo! Mean Canadians.
Well, it's right in line for them. I mean, they cheered KD's injury in the finals. So.
Boy.
Yeah, not the best fan base up there.
Apparently not.
The cold makes him bitter.
too many mice in their beers lately.
Hey?
Well, before we get too far into the show, I do want to remind listeners that they can support us, the longest running Pacers podcast, by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables and support a show for as little as $1 per month. You get access to our Slack and some other goodies along the way as well. So normally the Monday show, we mostly just talk about the Pacers games of the week, but this time a little different. We got a lot of other stuff going on, and just 2 games this week. First one, Wednesday, January 29th, Pacers at home after the trip to Paris, and taking on the Detroit Raptors. Sorry, I still got those angry Canadians on my mind.
Yeah.
Detroit
Talk about the
Pistons.
angry Detroit fans.
Yeah,
Right.
It's the other angry people, the Detroit fans and the Detroit players. Not in a good mood
Not in a good
this game.
ornery.
And Pacers best them 133 to 119. A lot of talking. Isaiah Stewart ejected this game, but Pacers handle business. Even though Detroit is see themselves as an up and comer, but this game, Pascal Siakam, 37 points. He was. I think during the game I was saying they had no answer for him, and often teams don't, but he was just doing his things and just slicing and dicing in the lane, and would just end up with easy layups. Just the whole game, it was beautiful. Miles Turner, 24 points, 7 rebounds, and Tyrese Halliburton, good one this one, nearly a triple double, 30 points, 8 assists, 7 boards. 32 points for Cade Cunningham on the Detroit side. And second game of the week, my boy was in the house with his Aunt Connie
Nice.
due to 5 p.m. tip. So he was able to get there, see most of the game, but he was also excited to, hang out with the dog. So that was something exciting for him. They left a little early, but Pacers win this one, 132-127. They had a big lead early, and Atlanta came back a little before half and kept it tight the rest of the game. Pacers did kind of keep them just at arm's length, but ended up 132-127. From the Pacers side, Siakam 29 and 5. Benedict Mathurin, good scoring effort on his side, 17 points from him and Halliburton, and Nembhard 19 there for him. On the Hawks side, leading scorer, unsurprisingly, Trae Young, 34 points and 17 assists. But you know what? You can let him score 127 if you're going to score 132. That's all I've always said. I always said that.
One of your old nuggets.
That's one of my nuggets. Yeah, it was very specific, and in this case, hit the nail on the nose, as John says. Harper, you've been away for a little bit. You get a little R&R in off the show. I know this time of the year, just like LeBron, you just take some time off.
Got to reset.
But what have you thought about the games this week, and anything else for the last couple weeks or so that you need to get off your chest?
Well, it's just been incredible, the run that we've been on. Second best January, second best winning record in January in the NBA. Hard to believe how far this team has come in just a few weeks. The Atlanta game, we've been so dominant in all of our wins that the Atlanta game was the first crunch time minutes that we've seen where the other team was close enough for it to even count as crunch time minutes. So really just another really good week of basketball. Also, a little mad at the NBA for making Spurs games in Paris home games for us. They're playing in front of Wembley. That was really yeah, no, that the Hawks were a little bit undermanned, so it's a little confusing why that was the team that was able to push us to the brink. But again, we got the job done. Good play down the stretch, just enough there. That Detroit game, though, boy, that was chippy.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was.
I don't think they like us.
I don't think we like them either. I mean, I said before the break I was interested in this game because the last game was a lot of shit talking at the end, and boy, this one went crazy. Should we just dive right into the Isaiah Stewart thing? Okay, so when was this? It was like first quarter, basically, right? Isaiah Stewart playing defense. I mean, essentially blocking out at some level, but shot goes up, going for the rebound. Instead of going for the rebound, he just turns around and trucks Thomas Bryant. And the ref comes in immediately and is like, "You're out of here." Like, what are you doing?
His reaction was hilarious, too, because he was like, "Wow, what did I do?" Like, you mean?
It's like, you saw that?
I mean, it wasn't even anywhere close to a basketball play. Like, it was, yeah. I mean, that's a 15-yard penalty in football, I think, right? That's like a spear.
Yeah, that was contact to the head, for sure.
Yeah. That was nuts. And then he had some fun gestures for the crowd on the way out.
Yeah, he's a classy guy.
Unclear if it was middle finger or finger guns. I couldn't quite tell. But, definitely talking smack to the fans on the way out. And then the league, so he gets tossed from that game. They review it in quick fashion. The referee's like, yes, there was wind up and follow through. Like, get him out of here. League suspends him for one game and fines him like $50K or something like that. Seemed kind of light to me.
Well, it was his bobblehead night.
Yeah.
So he's suspended for, so.
Exactly, which makes
Extra
it
punishment.
a little bit more sweet. Yeah.
Missed his own bobblehead night.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. The whole thing was just confusing. Like, I mean, if you do want to go out and lay a hit on somebody, do you really go for our backup center too? Like, what was the play there?
Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised that like JB Bickerstaff after the game like defended the move basically. And he was like, yeah, if people are talking, stuff and they cross a certain line, you got to do what you got to do. It's like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking like the Detroit old, right? So you got to give JB Bickerstaff his credit.
Fair enough.
Getting that team in touch with its enforcer roots. Yeah, confusing. And, James Johnson was really hoping to have some words close up with Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he got to see some minutes on the floor at the end of this one, too. I thought we did that just to rub it in. Like, hey, yeah, you want to step to our team? We got this guy. He knows Taekwondo.
Yeah. And the Pacers led wire to wire in this game. I thought they came out with great energy and focus. Like you said, Joey, Siakam was just deep in his bag the entire game. I made a couple notes. The play where Aaron Nesmith had that chase down block. Did you guys see that play? It was just bananas. Like, and then they called a foul, but then they reviewed it, and it was a clean block. It was like
beautiful.
And it was at a time when Detroit was like kind of clawing their way back into it a little bit, and so it was a big momentum shift. So kudos to that guy. He's been playing really well since coming back. And then shout out to Ben Shepherd, who just was in the starting lineup because Matherin and Nembhard missed this game. Played great defense. Was tasked with guarding Cade Cunningham, which is not an easy job. Was in foul trouble-ish at times, but kept fighting through it and made a couple huge threes. I just thought he played fantastic, so shout out to him.
And that's the game where he had the McConnell, right? Where he stole an inbounds pass?
I believe so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. God, I love me some Ben Shepherd. Also, got to mention the kid wearing the mustache in the crowd for this one.
Yes.
Solid. Yeah.
He's wearing his Ben Shepherd jersey. He's, I don't know, what is he, 10? And he's got a little fake mustache. Just great. Love it. Solid work. I think we all need to get into this. We all need to wear stashes.
Yeah.
Ben Shepherd's on the floor.
Little extra to play for. Ben Sasser was drafted right ahead of Ben Shepherd in the draft, and
Okay.
on that Detroit team. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm sure that they are happy with their decision.
Yeah.
He was technically drafted by the Grizz, but
This is definitely going to be a matchup to watch for years ahead. They hate us, and we hate
Yeah, they
them.
really don't like us.
We really don't like
get
them either. Like, I mean, they just came into the game chirping, like,
Yeah.
and I mean, our guys, the Pacers did, like,
Yeah.
and kudos to them. I mean, they backed it up. They walked the walk. And then the Atlanta game, yeah, you mentioned Atlanta was down some guys, so why was it so tough? I think it was kind of an emotional letdown after that Detroit game, and like recovering from the road trip, jet lag, etc. But I thought it was a good professional win. I thought they grounded out in the end.
did what they had to do.
Made the plays that they needed to. Interesting note in this one. So Neesmith ends up closing the game out instead of Ben Matherin. So just something to keep an eye on going forward. In this case, I think it was just a matchup situation, and Neesmith was playing great. And yeah, but something to keep an eye on, I think. So
Yeah, Nemhard and Matherin both out in that Detroit game, but did not slow us down a bit.
right.
But yeah, the offense was clicking on all cylinders in this game. We had the most points and a half of the season with 68. And then we just couldn't stop anybody. Defensive, you know.
Yeah, 20 from
the
Siakam
coaches-
and 20 from Halliburton in the first half.
in the first half.
You're on your way to a W.
Yeah. Everybody kept talking like in the little sideline interviews and the halftime and end of the game about playing defense, but we didn't really want to this game. Doesn't matter. We pulled it out. it was closer than it should have been, but yeah, we're a really good team. It turns out. You mentioned before, Harper, that we've just been blowing teams out on this run of ours here. And what was it, 10-2 in January?
Mm-hmm.
And except this game, but yeah, still finding ways to win. So, shout out to the guys.
Yeah, good win.
Shout out.
7 games over 500 all of a sudden.
Goodness.
Yeah. You want me to do the upcoming schedule now, Joey, or
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll get into
the news?
all the other.
All right. Pacers embark on a 4-game West Coast road trip this week, starting Monday, February 3rd at Utah, and then a back-to-back on Tuesday at Portland, and then Thursday at the Clippers, and then Saturday, February 8th at the Los Angeles Lakers. That's a 4 o'clock in the afternoon tip. So 1 o'clock local time.
It's 1 o'clock for me.
Which is weird, yeah. And it's a new look Lakers, I guess. Which
Yeah.
we'll talk about in a second. What are you guys predicting for this West Coast swing?
Clippers are better than I thought they would be.
That's not very good.
I don't. Yeah, I think we've got. We'll go 3-1 on this thing. Why not?
Sweep this thing.
Nice.
All right,
Like
let's
it.
do it.
I'll pick the offer.
If we lose to Portland, I'm going to cry.
If we lose to the
I
Jazz,
think we go 2-2. I think we definitely lose to Portland. And because we always lose to Portland.
we do always lose to
Gusto.
And then we drop the Clippers game, but get it back.
Portland's won 3 straight somehow.
Yeah.
And the Lakers are looking good. I mean, are they, though? We don't know anymore.
Unclear.
They looked good the other day against the Knicks. Oh, dear.
Well, you mentioned the Clippers looking good, and one of the reasons they're looking so good is, as we alluded to earlier, there were some big moves. And the big move, PJ Tucker from the Clippers, center Mo Bamba, and a future second-round pick and cash considerations go to the Utah Jazz for forward Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills.
And Patty Mills?
Remaking the landscape of the NBA for years to come.
I didn't know Patty Mills was still in the league. How old is he?
He got tossed in on that one.
Utah was surprised too, so do something about it.
They said, we can just, we'll just toss this. Didn't even know he was here.
We'll take him.
PJ Tucker's not played this season, so.
So he was available? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he was on the Clippers, but he just hasn't played. So.
Well,
anyway,
but this was done for financial reasons, correct?
Yeah, that puts the Clippers $4 million below the luxury tax threshold, giving them a little more flexibility.
Okay.
So this is Tucker's. He's 39 years old, and so this is the last of his 3-year, $33 million he signed with, of course, the Philadelphia 76ers. So, we're going to have to deal with, Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills now when we play the Clippers. And the other item of note, the Lakers picked up a young up-and-comer, Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, and from the Mavericks, and Dallas gets back Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick from the Lakers.
So something on this here. I woke up this morning to Slack from Joey that said this trade had happened. I immediately thought it was he had gotten it wrong, had maybe been duped by AI or deep fake or something. I checked, and there wasn't the first thing that came up, and I'm like, okay, it definitely was a lie. And then of course it's true, and so I run in and I wake up Erica.
Who cares very deeply about this?
Exactly. I was like, I know this doesn't matter. It's not even the Pacers, but like this is the craziest thing that's happened in my stupid hobby in a long time. So I made her listen to that this morning. But thank you for breaking the story, Jay.
Yeah, I couldn't fall asleep last night and was, rolling around on NBA Reddit, and the story, Shams breaks it, and the first response after the news breaking was that, yes, I've not been hacked. This is real. And it was.
This has been it. So you were super excited about this, Colson, or the craziness of it. What's crazy about it to you? I mean, besides the names involved.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, first of all, Luka Doncic is a top 5 player in the NBA. He's hasn't even hit his prime yet. He's 25 years old. He has 5 all NBA teams. He took his team to the finals last year. I just don't see why you would trade that person for someone who's 6 years older. Also, like, they didn't tell anybody. This happened in the middle of the night. Like, they didn't put him out on the trade market. It just was like a behind doors deal.
Apparently LeBron didn't know.
Apparently nobody knew. I've got, Anthony Davis is a good player, but they also got a draft pick. But, Mikal Bridges went for like 5 first-round draft picks. And Luka Doncic is one of the best players, potentially, of his generation. and you just don't. Somebody like that doesn't get traded, and then for what they got back just makes zero sense to me. It's just wild bananas. My dear friend Patrick is beside himself. He's really a Mavs fan because of Doncic, and he doesn't want to root for the Lakers, so he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, sure. This reminds me of the Pau Gasol trade, like many years ago. When was that? 08, 09, something like that. When all of a sudden Pau Gasol was on the market and traded to the Lakers without anybody. I guess he was not on the market. He was just traded to the Lakers.
Nobody knew about it. Yeah,
and everybody's like, "What the what?" Is this like the Jedi mind trick that the Lakers pull on opposing teams, or? So the Dallas rationale, I guess, is that they were growing tired of Doncic's inability to stay in shape, despite the fact that he carried them to the finals last year, and
the Western Conference Finals 3 years ago,
averaged over 30 points and 9 assists and 9 rebounds or something like that. Seems rash to me. I don't know.
I mean, that's definitely part of it. I don't think that can explain everything. I think you have to assume that he's a huge prima donna, and they don't like that either.
Sure.
So,
but I mean, don't you? But like, I mean,
trade him?
Michael Jordan was a psychopath. The Bulls weren't like, well, we got to trade him. You know, like, I don't know, when you have somebody that talented.
Is not Michael Jordan.
No, but he is a very, very good basketball player.
So is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a top 10 player in this thing.
Okay, but Doncic is a top 5, and he's also 6 years younger. Like that, for me, it's like the future. If you are a Dallas Mavericks fan, you know that this kid's going to be around because you would never trade him because he has a chance to win you. He has a chance to win you a title. He's that good, and it blows my mind.
Yeah. So do you think this makes the Lakers a title contender now? Are they?
They need a big. They need a rim protector, but they could pick that up. I mean, Doncic and LeBron, maybe.
I mean, there's going to be zero defense being played.
I mean, if they get, they just need a. Why didn't they get Lively back in that trade?
What? No, yeah. The Mavs are apparently high, but they're not that high.
The mind trick is limited. The Jedi mind tricks even have their limits.
Well, they could sure use him right now.
Yeah.
The Lakers could.
I think he's hurt, though. I think he went down with a foot injury or something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, clearly they need big guys, but yeah, when Doncic is supposed to be coming back soonish too. I think he's been out for a while. But
has he been out because he can't stay in shape? And they, I mean, that's the idea, right? Like,
well, I mean,
he doesn't play
that's
for
what
us
the Mavericks think, right? He can't stay in shape, so he gets hurt. So they traded for a dude who's a top 10 guy that gets hurt all the time.
All the time.
Like, that's the part. That's where the logic falls apart on it.
But AD's in shape when he gets hurt.
True. Sure. This is fair.
What did the GM say that we want defense wins championships?
Defense wins championships. Was the
Nico Harrison, the GM of the Mavs.
How is this guy to have a job? I mean, if they don't win the title in the next 3 years, he definitely doesn't, right? They don't win the title next year, this year. I mean, this is such a huge gamble to give away your franchise player because he's a prima donna. Like, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine that he didn't go rogue on this one, that the ownership group was in the loop, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they were not excited to pay a Supermax $340 million contract to Luka Doncic. Right? That's the sticking point. Now, the really confusing thing to me as a GM is, how do you not open up the bidding?
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
You could get so much better than that.
Probably, one would think, but we'll never really know. right? Because as far as we know, they didn't do it, and everybody around the league is wearing the same shocked look on their face that we were. So yeah, that's the confusing part about it, right? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, 28 teams come up with their best package for that guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
One would think.
Yeah. You certainly have a meeting.
Hey, we could get Doncic apparently for 30 cents on the dollar. No, I mean, I know that Anthony Davis is better than that, but it, like I said, timeline wise, it doesn't make sense. Injury wise, I mean, he's currently hurt, so I don't know. The other thing that bothers me about this is if let's say it's Doncic just saying I only want to go to LA. He's got a year and a half left on his contract, and he's saying I don't want to be in Dallas. I want to go to LA. You still don't let him demand that because you could get more out of it than just Anthony Davis, right? I just feel like this was misplayed.
Yeah.
I just feel like it was misplayed.
I would have lost a lot of money if I had bet on, who was going to leave first, Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic.
Right. Yeah.
That's the most shocking part about this is if, you've got chemistry problems over there. You're axing Luka?
Yeah.
Crazy. And
well, do you think
the Mavs went out and
Mavs
celebrated by letting the Cavs post 91 first half points on them?
Jeebus. What? That is
Do you think the Mavs are better now?
The Cavs don't think so.
The Mavs are not better now. No. Yeah. They certainly can't play defense, so... yeah, no, I don't think they're better. Why would they be
So
better?
they said defense wins championships, but we're not gonna play defense. They're just letting us know that that's what happens. That's how you win.
Yeah, it's just a PSA.
Did you guys see the Twitter post? The Mavs have agreed to take a 77-point loss to the Cavs as tribute to Luka. It was only a 43-point loss, but at the point taken.
Felt like 77.
Oh, also terrible news. The Jazz have officially waived center Mo Bamba to make room for the role they played in this Lakers Mavericks trade.
Oh, well, I smell a rat. That's who the Lakers are going to pick up to be their rim defender.
Obviously.
Oh my goodness, this whole thing is...
Everything's coming up, Lakers.
I mean, it often does.
Right. Yeah, it's worked out just fine for them. LeBron's going to retire in a couple years, and then they got Luka. It's not bad.
And Bronny.
That's right.
Yeah, LA gets an A+ for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, now they're set up for the next decade.
6 to 12 years, sure. Yeah.
Generation. Yeah. Good work.
And they get a cheaper contract on Doncic because he'll no longer have access to his
Right, yeah, because you can't get the super duper max or whatever, right? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a nice, yeah. Thank you, ma'am, as he walks out the door. Oh, yeah, by the way, you're not going to make as much money as we would have paid you.
I do not think that he picked up Nico Harrison's phone call. Which leads me to believe that he found out either from his agent or from ESPN.
Right? Like everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So obviously, we will see how these shake out. There's, the balance of power, maybe moving around a little bit. It's going away from Dallas, clearly, but it's going elsewhere. And, definitely interesting, if nothing else. One other topic we did want to talk about today, we got the good news. Pacers have an all-star in Pascal Siakam.
Woo!
He is a reserve on the Eastern Conference team, and he will be representing the Pacers. Nobody else made it. Halliburton did not make it, so he will be our lone All-Star, and he has had a phenomenal season. So shout out to Pascal Siakam.
Shout out.
We don't want to go too deep into this one. We're going to talk more about this on the Thursday show, but the rest of the Eastern Conference reserves: Damian Lillard from the Milwaukee Bucks, Darius Garland, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, boo. Tyler Hero,
Boo.
Evan Mobley, yay. From the Western Conference, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis from, of course, representing the Dallas Mavericks, James Harden, Jaren Jackson Jr., Alperen Sengun, Jalen Williams, and Victor Wembanyama.
Do you think that's why Dallas did it? They were just like, we really want to have an all-star for this coming all-star game.
Yeah.
Was Luka? You think Luka was not vote?
No, he was injured. He wasn't going to make it. He didn't.
Not on that.
He didn't. Yeah, he's not on the
I
list.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, so they just traded him for an all-star. There you go. Makes sense to me.
Proof Anthony
I've
Davis
seen
is
lots-
just objectively better than Luka Doncic.
Apparently.
The coaches have spoken.
That's right.
We'll talk more about these teams on Thursday, but I think, pretty close to the mark. I'll take no follow-up questions.
Yeah, there was a sweet. I don't know if you guys saw, in the pregame for the Atlanta game, they showed behind the scenes. They had a watch party the Pacers did when they were revealing the All Stars, and just genuine jubilation from everybody when they called Pascal's name. So I thought that was a cool moment. Tyrese was there too, which is I thought that was key, because he's obviously the other guy that's in potential All-Star discussion, and he was super happy for Pascal. So yeah, that's great. This guy's been phenomenal since he's come to the team.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely deserves the nod.
Yeah. Cannot be stopped
No,
in the
he's been
mid-post.
integral to our success. We just could not do this without him. I'd also accept Luka, but Pascal has shown that he can do it. All right, well, I think that wraps it up for this show. We'll be back with you on Thursday to get into some of the deeper end on the All-Stars, and definitely got a few other burning issues we need to discuss. Until then, you can find us on social media. We are on Twitter. We are at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. Our website is TheUndebeatables.com. There's a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message, email, shout out at TheUndebeatables.com, and our website /store for merch.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, who I'm sure woke up this morning being like, God, why am I not still running a team? I could have totally gotten Luka Doncic for nothing. And our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Leonard. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
What's that?
That was the party ending.
Did someone
over.
get tased? What was that?
Unplugged.
Get tased.
Turn out the lights. That was awesome. Perfect timing.
Nailed that one.
Nailed it.